everybody, welcome to Open House. I'm Sharon Caddy. So if you're like me, you love a little luxury around the house, don't have a lot of money to spend on a lot of luxury around the house, and it doesn't always take a lot of money. And that's why I brought my friend Vicky Sanderson back to talk about that. Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Vicky, of course, from aroundthehouse.ca, where we get lots of great ideas. So luxury can be affordable.
It absolutely can be affordable, and there's lots of little tips and tricks that home stagers and stylists will tell you that if you just follow, you can add a little bit of polish and a little bit of personality to your space.
Okay, so because I know when I open up a decorating magazine, it's not necessarily the paint on the walls and the furniture necessarily. It's all these cool things in the room.
It's all the little details, and as somebody who's worked on many of those articles, I'm going to tell you that one of the best friends for those stylists is a place like HomeSense, where you can get access to a really wide range of accessories that are relatively affordable. So I thought we could sort of zone in on a couple of ideas that I think people typically don't know about that can really give your space a little more definition.
Okay, take us through.
The first one is trays. I am a big believer in using trays in home decor, and that's partly because they have a functional value. You can use them in the kitchen, in the bedroom, outdoors. You can use them for everything from drinks on the patio to a little jewelry holder in the bedroom. So just really functional. They can also be used to sort of group things together. So, for example, if you've got coffee table books or magazines in the living room, it just looks a little more deliberate, a little more planned if they're stacked in a tray. And of course, the great thing about trays too is that you can use them to inject some color. So
and seasonal. Like this could be very seasonal. This could be very spring, summer, and you could have a nice Christmassy one or whatever you like if it's that time of year.
That is a great idea. I often use trays for Christmas decorating, and that's partly because if you create a nice little sort of landscape, you can put it on a console table, you can bring it into the dining room. It's very portable, and again, it looks like you've planned it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that and storage is also really important. For example, I've had this little wicker basket for some time, and it is used to house all those ugly. Now, the other, you could ask me what all those cords are for. I don't know. So let's just close it up, and we don't have to worry about it.
Well, because I know when we're staging homes to sell, the clutter is the problem a lot of the time, and this is a solution to some of the clutter, and it looks nice.
Great idea, and I've heard several real estate stagers talk about just how important it is to contain that clutter and to have some little things that look like they're deliberate, like you have there's some design sense in there.
Okay, what else can we do?
Well, you and I were talking about lighting.
Oh, yes.
And you and I both agree that lighting is critical to the way not only a room looks, but how it functions. So good overhead lighting. One of my tips is put everything on a dimmer switch. Which is especially useful at my age when it's all about the lighting, baby. But one of the things I'm going to say is use your lamps and occasional lighting to really make a statement. This black and gold,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, black and gold lamp. This is again from HomeSense. It's got the gorgeous satiny shade, and it really makes a kind of decor statement to my mind. So again, if you like the thought of injecting more personality into your room, but you're a little shy about maybe going too bold with color on the walls or in the furnishings, a lighting fixture is a great way to do that. And you can also even just switch up a tired fixture by adding a new
different lampshade. I've done that.
Yeah,
I've done that because sometimes the bases are great. You just all of a sudden you're bored with it.
Yeah, and the other thing is there's so many great spray paints now that even if the base is, say, green, but you want to put the pale blue shade on it, you can just spray paint it now. Not an issue at all.
Very good. This is something I've done in, I think, every house I've ever owned. Boy, a little change can make a big difference.
Yes, cabinet hardware can make a huge difference to the look, the feel of the room, and especially if you say you are getting the house ready for a sale, if you maybe spray the cabinets out or paint the cabinets and change the hardware, not only can you just make it look fresher, but you can really change the look of the house. And if you try something a little, a little different, again, you inject that element of personality, and people always respond to that in a home.
They do, and it doesn't have to cost much. I know that there are some handles that are very expensive for pulls, but they don't have to be.
They don't have to be, and I have even found great pulls at big box stores. The issue there is consistency. They don't have to be super expensive to all look the same, to have the same finish, the same, the same shape, and it just adds that little, again, a little bit of polish.
And the other thing I notice here is the greenery.
Well, and I'm sure pardon me, live television. I'm sure as a real estate agent, you know the value of fresh flowers in a spot. They add color, they add fragrance, they add some visual interest. And of course, if I had my way, I would have fresh flowers every week in every room. Unfortunately, I'm not in that snack bracket, so I'm not able to do that. So what I like to do is use green plants, because I think they add, I love the fresh green, but they also add kind of a sculptural element that you don't always get with flowers. And of course, they're much longer lasting, so you save some money that way.
Very nice.
My big tip there would be, if you want to have a consistent look without too much trouble, just make sure that all your containers are either black or white, just because you get that consistency there. And then it doesn't really matter if the shapes are different or even the finishes are that different. Again, if it's all one color, white planters and green plants, it sends the message that that's a deliberate design decision.
There you go. Great tips once again from Vicky Sanderson, aroundthehouse.ca, a great destination for great tips.
I'm glad you think so.
I think so, and I think everybody else will too. And I hope you find my website a good destination as well, SharonCaddy.com, whether you're looking to buy or sell real estate, if you're looking for links to my social media where you'll find great folks like Vicky, SharonCaddy.com is the place to go. And join us again soon for another edition of Open House. See you next time.
Use them one after the other, then I think it's almost comparable. So so certainly effective in terms of germ killing.